Hey everyone, Emik here with another review of Takao-Blue by the user FullRing88. The standard portion has been written by C-Bullet, but the rest is just me. Now let's roll. First impressions, the song selection screen seems to go for a minimalist design, with hexagons being the theme of the skin. The back button is admittedly cool, displaying the hexagonal theme that I mentioned prior, but I feel that it needs a few extra frames for it to be truly good. But the mod icons, they are just text with some anime sprinkled on each one. Moving on to the bottom section, clicking on the mode icon just gives you the default assets. Really unfortunate that the Skinner didn't do anything creative with these. Considering that there is a mania portion as well, I have to mention that none of the mania mod icons like random or fade in our skin. Oh boy. This ranking panel is quite the doozy. First of all, the combo and accuracy text is missing. The 300 icon is just gone because of the standard portion. The combo text is uncomfortably close to the edge. The numbers beside the hit bursts as well as the score are far too low. The back button cuts off abruptly. Some grade letters look really weird. The mania hit bursts or judgments go through the ranking panel. Nice graph though. The standard gameplay for this skin is subpar. Right off the bat, the first thing I notice is the extremely blurry key input overlay and the health bar icon. Ignoring those, I see that the score numbers are completely different in color, style, and size to the combo numbers, which isn't inherently bad, but here I feel as though it's implemented poorly. A brief callback to the health bar, it's distracting both in size and color, and in my opinion, just a slight size reduction will make it a lot better. The cursor is unique, as it's hexagon shaped rather than your regular everyday circle. This doesn't really change much, as in emotion it's not noticeable or gameplay changing, but it's a nice touch of customization nonetheless. The hit circles sport a strange seemingly irrelevant design on them. There's nothing wrong with it, I just don't feel as though it fits the skin in any way outside of the colors. The hit circle numbers have improper spacing on larger combos, making the numbers feel very cramped and awkward at times. This can be easily fixed by tweaking the hit circle overlap option in your skin.ini file. The section failed element gives us the anime girl the skin is themed around, with some fail text above it. The section past element showcases the plot of the anime, with some past text slapped on it. The 100s, 50s, and misses are all your typical colored dot, bringing nothing new to the table. The spinner for the skin has to be one of the worst renders I've ever seen in any serious skin, and the spinner itself is just weird? I'm really not sure what the goal was here, but if it was reached, the intentions were poor, and if it wasn't reached, well, it shows. The pause screen is actually pretty nice, ignoring the entire storyline of the anime being plastered on the right side of the screen. Same can be said for the fail screen, only the images used are less job-threatening. Moving into gameplay, it doesn't really get much better. I think the mania portion is actually a modified version of the Voez project skin, as they look quite similar in a few ways. The little receptors at the bottom are extremely grainy, which is odd considering the rest of the skin handles hexagons fine. The judgments at the top are just the default ones, as well as the warning arrow before a map starts. I find it weird that there is a gradient at the very top. It seems very unnecessary and makes the notes look like they pop out from nowhere. The long notes' end is the same sprite as a regular note, making long note maps impossible to read. Also, stop staring at my face. The song selection I'll give a 1.5 out of 5. There isn't much that the skin does right. The only thing I really liked was the back button. The ranking panel is a 1 out of 5. It is by far the biggest offender with how many things are wrong with it. For the standard gameplay, a 2 out of 5. The mania gameplay I'll give 1 out of 5. For some reason it uses some default assets, and others are simply not good looking. It was generally an unenjoyable experience. As for the visuals, I'll give it a 1 out of 5, and the gameplay is a 1.5 out of 5. Overall, the skin has earned a 1.5 out of 5. What do you think of this skin? What do you think of my review? Let us know by using the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by leaving a like. If you want to see more of our content, be sure to subscribe. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another review.